Well, Casey, thank you for being with us, and congratulations for being the Western Contractor of the Year for 2025. Um, what did you think when you heard that?
You know, um, we kind of get surprised by it every year that we have gotten it. This would be our third time now, so we kind of get surprised by it. Um, you know, I think uh, I think one of the things that we are realizing now is that people have different perspectives of us than we do, right? So we see all the downs and the struggles and all the stuff that we walk through, but it seems like having an outside perspective um, coming in really changes the atmosphere, changes the morale of the guys. And so, yeah, we were excited. We are like, okay, all right, let's keep moving forward. It's kind of an indicator that we're moving in the right direction with our vendors, and with our clients too, because ultimately, if our vendors are happy, then our clients will be as well. So,
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know you, give us just a brief background of who Capstone is and what do you guys do.
yeah, so Capstone currently sits in the cute little town of Wheatland, Wyoming, about 70 miles north of Cheyenne, our state capital, and we run about 4,000 people. The population sign says 3,800, but we know it's about 4,000 for our county. And so we started out as a landscaping company about 12 years ago, and the plan was just to be supplemental to some ministry stuff that we were involved in, and I was going to just do some handyman stuff. We ended up contracting a house, a custom build, for my mother-in-law, and about 6 months into that project, we decided that this was the route we were going to go. And we haven't landscaped since. So yeah, we're a full-service GC general contractor. We do custom homes. We do commercial builds. A lot of the commercial builds in Platte County you see we've done. We have a really good ag post-frame building division led by our foreman Chris Caves, and they're doing a really good job just running that. So we do a little bit of everything right now. We got some custom barnuminiums going on. That's a new thing that's popping up kind of all over the country, and so I feel like we've been on the forefront in this area to kind of bring that into reality for Platte County. So
Yeah.
partnered with Western, of course.
Nice.
So.
What did your team say when you showed them the 30-year banner? So
I got mixed emotions. I got some new guys that were like, "Cool, what is that?" And then I got the OG guys that were like, "Dang straight, let's grab another one this year." So we had some excitement, and then we had some head scratching going on. Like, is that even a thing? I didn't even know that happened. So it was a lot of fun. So the team was super pumped about it, I would say. Again, just confidence building in what they're doing, because I think a lot of times, at the end of the hammer, you feel like you're the only one out there, right? Yeah. And so to have a vendor come in and notice us and just say, "Hey, man, we really appreciate what you're doing," it really just goes through the whole crew.
yeah,
It really encourages them. So
yeah, yeah, and that's a big part of Western and our culture is we were out there once with
yeah,
just like you guys, and so it's really important for us to recognize you guys in the field and give that recognition open-handedly and honor you guys in that. And so we love seeing the inside of our building start to year after year get more and more banners, and
right.
hopefully it's going to look like a high school gymnasium someday with just
I think it will.
littered everywhere.
I
So
believe it will.
great. So in 25, what was maybe a defining project for you in your company's
Yeah,
year?
25 defining project for sure. This year had been, it was kind of an odd year. We had some post frame buildings that went up, some larger ones, but we were kind of in a weird transition year. 25 was a hard year for Capstone. And so with just some shifting and some personnel and some core people that passed on and kind of moved on, that we just kind of had a weird year. So I wouldn't say that 25 was our best year we've ever had as a company. Obviously, my perspective, right? But what was really defining for us in every project we had and every project that we were estimating and building, it seemed like the caliber of projects that were coming down the pipeline were really starting to make a shift. So instead of smaller buildings, quick builds, we were leaning more into projects that were taking 6 to 8 months on the schedule. And so when you commit to a project for 6 to 8 months, it's amazing what type of relationship you build with the clients. It's amazing what kind of relationship you build with the neighbors and the vendors, because they end up knowing the project too, because they're there a lot. So I think our projects overall that we're currently finishing up this year were from last year. Very, very large custom barnuminium. The particular client we were working for had very specific things that he wanted for insulating factors. He wanted rock wool, double and triple layer. He wanted Sigur Myrex products. And one thing I really appreciated about Western was it wasn't a product that we normally get, right? But Max and the sales team were able to procure it and get it to us, and it was perfect. And even our client had mentioned, he goes, I don't know what vendor you're working with in Wheatland, Wyoming, but you're getting stuff that is nearly impossible to get, and you're doing it without even having an issue. And I'm like, yeah, it's our vendor. So I would say, not one project, but it was a culmination of all the projects, just some of the struggles and things that we had hit along the way. But definitely some of our new custom stuff that we're putting together is nothing like we've ever built before. So it's been really fun.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely resonate with you on 25 being a difficult year. Me and Robert talked in our Build the Business podcast in episode 3, just kind of talking about 2025 for Western, and we faced a lot of difficult challenges too. So you can definitely feel that pain. So
absolutely.
So if contractors watching this and they're kind of starting from the ground up, pulling themselves up by the bootstraps, where do you think contractors generally get it wrong while they're growing and scaling?
I think I don't know where all contractors get it wrong. Like we all have our days, right? We all have our bends, but I can definitely speak for myself and our company. And I think one of the things that if I were to go back and do it again, and hit a rewind and show up differently, I would definitely not jump on every project out of fear of not having work. I think it's really important to know that the specific skill set that you have and the specific projects you build, they're going to come. And jumping on projects that are not maybe your niche or maybe where you even want to set trajectory and go as a company, those will weigh you down. And they'll cost you a lot of time. They'll cost you a lot of money. They'll cost you a lot of heartache. So I would say definitely somebody who's coming into the game, don't force your schedule full out of fear of not having work. Of course, my faith piece of the puzzle of that really comes into that because I know God's our source. And so it's easier to say than actually do in business, right?
Sure.
And so I would definitely just tell the new ones coming up or people that are struggling to get back on their feet, like, set your goals, decide who you want to be, and be that person and be the best you can at it. And it will literally change your client base. It'll change the project load that's on your board, and it'll ultimately create a better product if you stay focused in one vein. So
yeah, super important. Couldn't agree more. So what is something that you tolerate less of now than maybe you did in years past?
Yeah, I think one thing that we tolerate, there's been a few along 25 in the journey of learning, but I think one thing that we tolerate less now is it'll just be okay. Like it'll be fine. That it'll be fine attitude. You can't control it, right? Because it dictates by what kind of mood the guys are showing up in, right? What kind of night they had before, or if they had an argument with their children or their wife or their boss or their superintendent. And so this idea that, it'll be good enough is really getting very, very minimal at Capstone. We want it right. We want to make sure that when we present our clients with their project, it's correct. And I think one of the biggest things, the factors behind that has been less and less callbacks from our clients. So callbacks, they're never in the budget.
Yeah.
They're never planned for. There's always an issue where we got to call our supplier and be like, can we even get this metal anymore because this didn't hold? And then it just creates a trickle effect of of issues. So I would say one thing that we definitely in 25 really started curbing, it was, oh, it'll be good enough.
Yeah.
So we want it right. That's what they're paying for.
Yeah. Well, it's perfect into my next question, and that is, how do you take care of your people at Capstone, and what's that culture like?
Our culture is very special. I've over the years I've become more and more protective of our culture. In the construction industry, it's very normal to just hire people who say they can do the work, right? Mm-hmm. Or just hire people because you need a pair of hands. And Capstone's really taken a hard stand on the type of people we bring in. And when I say type of people, it's more based on what their goals and aspirations are for them personally. If you come into Capstone, you're going to meet a crew of guys and gals that are consistently pursuing growth personally, professionally, spiritually, and financially. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, our goal is to just, rather than just building buildings, we want to build a culture of people who are going to be known for generation after generation after generation. So I fully believe that how you do anything is how you do everything, right? Mm-hmm. So if you choose personally to grow and learn and develop, those types of people that come into our atmosphere are either thrusted into that and really enjoy it, or they don't last long. Mm-hmm. And so our culture is very, very professionally driven, but it's also very family driven. We're very close. Mm-hmm. We know all the kids, the wives. We know all our vendors, and it's been really encouraging just to kind of see that culture develop. And I think if there's one person I could attest to that type of culture to, would definitely be Jesus, right? Mm-hmm. He came along, he's like, let's just do life together. And ultimately at Capstone, that's the goal. Let's just do life together. Let's build amazing things. Let's build a great company, but let's build each other in the process. Yeah. And so marrying that with business ethics, and then partnering with vendors like Western, where the culture is very much the same. Yeah. It's really important that we go after people, right? In the kingdom, that's what matters most.
Yeah. Yeah, couldn't agree more. So as you look into 2026, we're third week into January already. So yeah. What's the plans?
Yeah, so currently I was just doing that before I came over here. I was doing an outlook for 2026. We're currently finishing up a high-level custom cabin up in the mountains right now. We're going to be there about 2 more months. We got a custom premium barn dominium, so one of the biggest ones we've built. That's going to be finished up in the next couple months. And then in another month or two, we'll be starting another commercial building here in Platte County that doesn't exist yet. So we'll be doing the Banner EMS facility, emergency services building, near the hospital, and we're really excited for that. So there's going to be a lot of Western materials on that, a lot of Western type metal on that, and so we're going to be pursuing that. We've got a little over 4,000 yards of concrete currently booked that has to be poured out between foundations and flat work. One of our defining things that we did in 2025 was we purchased an electrical company and brought in master electricians, and so we have electrical division now this year going into 2026. So I'm pretty excited about that. And those guys are already booked, and they're already telling me they need more help. So we're already looking at the growth curve there. So looking ahead, we've got 6 custom homes that have to be done by the end of the year. We haven't even really started breaking ground on those yet. So I know we're only 3 weeks in, but the clock's already going. So we're doing that right now. We've got a list of pole barns, about 6 right now, that are currently under contract. And so we'll be doing a lot more of those again this year. So there's a lot in front of us right now. So we're getting geared up and ready to go after it. So,
nice.
Yeah, we're pretty excited.
Cool. That sounds great. As we start to close out here, what would be advice to younger contractors just getting started?
Be patient. Be patient would be the first one to kind of go back with what I said earlier. Mm-hmm. And then also do what you say you're going to do. If you're going to tell your client you're going to call them back, yep. Even if it's the answer they don't want to hear. I think we live in a society where people are pretty much used to not hearing or being respected by other people, and I think a lot of younger contractors get excited I know I did.
Yeah.
I got really excited about the idea of being a business owner and being a contractor, and then you forget in those moments. Sometimes you forget what's important and the people are. So make your calls, call back, build a good relationship with your vendors. Build a relationship where the vendor knows you, knows your product, knows what you need, and it's going to eliminate a lot of stress. Be loyal. Pick 2 or 3 vendors that are going to benefit your company the most, and just stick with them. And again, pick your projects, pick your people, and I would definitely encourage prayer every day, because I don't know how business owners do it without that.
Yeah.
So definitely encourage that.
Yeah, great. We're in 10 years, what do you hope people say about Capstone?
My hope in 10 years is, we really haven't ventured down this avenue yet, but I know, being in the market for 12 years and a lot of builds that we built 10 to 12 years ago, those people are still living in those homes. And we actually, in 25, our first house that we built sold.
Okay.
And it was really interesting to watch the community. A lot of homes on the market at that price range the real estate agent even said that it would be on there for a few months, and it was only on there for a few days.
Wow.
And when we got curious about why they purchased it, of course they're like, oh, we just love the house, right? But it was a couple days later, when I was actually going to the store, the person who purchased the house, he goes, we bought the house because we knew Capstone built it. So my hope is, in 10 years from now, that as people are beginning to transition in life, that a lot of our homes that we have built could be up for sale. And I hope that when our community sees something that Capstone's built, they go, we want it because Capstone built it, and we know it's right. So that's our hope. That's our goal.
That's awesome. That's an awesome thing to strive for. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And you're doing it already. So just keep on that trajectory. So,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Okay. Well, thank you again for coming in.
Yeah.
And congratulations on your 3rd Contractor of the Year.
Yeah, thank you.
And yeah, we hope for many more for you guys. And yeah, our metrics, the metrics that we've built, we've got about 10 to 12 of them. And they're, we kind of keep them close to our chest of how we, scale a customer for Contractor of the Year. Many people think, oh, it's just highest dollar amount, or relationship based or anything like that. And it really goes a lot deeper than that for our scoring. So you truly did win Contractor of the Year wholeheartedly. And yeah, we're excited for you guys.
All right.
Cool.
All right. We'll do it again this year.
Let's do it.
Do it.
Okay.